Well, if the odds were stacked against Lalu Yadav after Rahul Gandhi's outburst against the ordinance protecting convicted MLAs, today's actual conviction in Ranchi, could that be the final seal on Lalu Prasad Yadav's political coffin? What does this mean for future alliances in the run-up to the general elections? Now, joining me to discuss all these various issues that come up as a result of today's conviction, Manoj Jha, the spokesperson of the RJD, Uday Singh, also joining me from the BJP, Pavan Verma, the advisor to the Nitish Kumar government, Sanjay Jha, the spokesperson from the Congress party, and Sankarshan Thakur, the roving editor of the Telegraph, joining me for taking this debate forward tonight. Manoj Jha, I want to ask you first, really, what does this mean for Lalu Prasad Yadav? The RJD has said they will back him. He is still their tallest leader. But your tallest leader has had a very sharp fall today.
I tell you, in fact, I have been saying this the whole day, that the kind of solidarity, the kind of unitedness, the kind of commitment I have seen, I had never seen in last 8 years of the trajectory of RJD. And I am not saying just for having a brave front in front of your camera. I'm 100% sure that, you know something, RJD today has the capital, what we call the political capital of people across communities in Bihar. And it is very interesting that when people talk about 2014 election in Bihar, they find RJD is the central axis to a particular kind of politics against the politics of distanciation and communalism. So, in fact, the central axis is of RJD, and that shall be vindicated. That got vindication in Maharajganj, and 2014. I'm sure your channel also, if you do surveys and if you find from your reporters, they'll tell you that there has been a groundswell apart from our traditional voter. That is the political aspect of it. Number two, now the legal issues also, you know something, that the entire studio debate that RJD will crumble, it's all a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy which the media, some people in the media, they thrive on. RJD in its career has emerged stronger most of the time when it is confronted with difficult situation, and today's situation we consider as one of those challenges that we certainly shall convert into opportunity in raising the issue at a higher level.
Well, that's interesting that you say that you can convert this as a challenge also going into the future. But Pavan Verma, take that on, because the RJD standing by their leader, it's an extremely serious charge. 950 crores in the year 1996, that was part of this large fodder scam in Bihar. One of the JDU's ministers also indicted and convicted today by the court. What are your reactions?
No, first of all, it's a legal verdict. It was for long in the pipeline, and a judicial decision has been announced. The law will take its course. It's still within judicial purview. I think the quantum of judgment of punishment has to be announced, and the decision has probably brought to the Indian people the fact that ultimately when the judicial process does deliver, no one is big or small under the law. Everyone is equal under the law, and the punishment needs to be fair. But I want to make one point to you, Maya. It's not a day for gloating or rejoicing by political opponents. It is not a day where you take short-term political mileage from what has happened. In a sense, it's a sad day. Mr. Lalu Yadav was a very tall leader. He came from the socialist movement and was a part of the Jayaprakash Narayan movement with a lot of idealism. The fact that things have come to such a pass today is actually equally a moment for introspection of the entire political class. What has happened to the way in which politics function? That's a question which all political parties must hold a mirror to themselves. The people, the mood of the people is cleaner politics, financial transparency, an end to criminalization of politics. And those who point the finger must be more careful about what is happening. Apne gireba mein kya ho raha hai? That is also to be seen.
So let's take that point about short-term political gain further. Both to Manoj Jha and to Sanjay Jha of the Congress, this ordinance controversy which we saw emerge last week, especially after Rahul Gandhi's vocal opposition, calling it complete nonsense, saying it should be torn up. This was being designed to actually protect Lalu Yadav from today's verdict. That's short-term political gain.
Maya, in fact, I wanted to take this question, and I have been saying this almost in all the channels, that somewhere in order to develop an interesting, juicy story, this entire ordinance was actually put on our head. We are a small party, Maya, only 4 members in Lok Sabha. And we have a different position on 10th July observation of Supreme Court. But certainly the ordinance had not come to help us. Please, I mean, this I think should be loud and clear, that a small party, 4 members in parliament, we cannot, suddenly media started seeing us overweight. We are underweight in parliament. Maybe 2014 shall be different. But then remember, ordinance, this entire controversy, I assure you on your channel with full emphasis and conviction that it had nothing to do with Laluji and our case.
I can see Uday Singh shaking his head over there. Mr. Singh, do you agree that this is not, that basically Lalu Yadav is punching over his weight as far as this ordinance was concerned?
Hello?
Maya, I think you're asking me to respond.
Yes, Uday Singh.
Because I could barely hear you. Let me tell you one thing, it's not often that I agree with Mr. Pavan Verma, but today I tend to agree with what he has said. It is in fact really a good day that finally a judgment has come. But where do we go from here? I mean, Lalu Yadav may perhaps be one of the many in line waiting to be convicted. So where do we go from here? I think the whole question of the accountability about corruption, that needs to be redefined. What constitutes accountability? What constitutes corruption? I mean, physically not taking money, but allowing that money to be taken away by others, I'm sure is also corruption. It's public money going down the tube. So many politicians around the country, in fact our own government that is there in Bihar today, would be held guilty on this count, that they are allowing money to be squandered away, siphoned away, robbed away. So the charge may not be directly against the Chief Minister, but under his beat, under his watch, if this is happening, would it or would it not also constitute corruption? That's number one. Number two, I think we really need to get serious. A case like this takes 17 years to get decided. And many of the people accused are since deceased. They are no longer with us. This needs to be taken as a good example. There is no necessity for any of us to gloat about this. In fact, we should really be contemplating as to how we can hasten up the judgment process so that more people who are waiting to be convicted get convicted, and the people at large can get some faith back in the democratic system and in the politicians.
Okay, well, let's get
some gentlemen in between. I don't know what's happening.
Let's get Sankar.
I'd like to respond
Yeah, go
to
ahead,
this.
Mr. Verma. Go ahead.
No, just very briefly, it's a matter of reflex almost to criticize Nitish Kumar. But let me say to you that if there is one person who stands for clean politics and good governance, it's Mr. Nitish Kumar. What is done against corruption is known. The acts is introduced, the transparency is created, the access is provided, the convictions is done, the special acts is brought. So let's not go into the question. You have a separate subject to discuss today. Let it not become reduced to this kind of acrimony. So, I mean, I just want to say
to visit Bihar.
That's
Mr.
what I
Pavan
meant by
Verma
taking
stays
short-term
in Delhi and
political mileage on
Patna,
every issue.
and that really is not correct. Let Mr. Pavan Verma accompany me to the interiors of Bihar and he will see corruption as it is today.